Hello guys and welcome back to the channel. Today I'm sharing my real life experience with low profile tires on Kenyan roads and why high profile tires might be a better choice depending on where and how you drive. This is not just another video explaining the difference between low profile and high profile tires. You can easily Google that information anytime. What I want to share today is something more personal, which is the challenges I've faced with low profile tires, especially when driving through Nairobi satellite towns. Let me explain. As you all know, I bought my Toyota Sienna with low profile tires, and for urban driving in Nairobi, they have been all fine. I have no complaints at all. They handle very well and they look sporty. But since I occasionally drive outside Nairobi, things got a bit tricky. Last month I hit a deep pothole pretty hard, and that's when the challenges with low profile tires really became crystal clear. Low profile tires are very poor at shock absorption, and when you hit a pothole, the tire gets trapped between the rim and the pothole's edge, often leading to a tear. In my case, the impact to the tire's sidewall, and the scary part is I did not realize the extent of damage immediately. Instead of bursting suddenly, the tire slowly lost air over 9 kilometers, and by the time I noticed that the car felt unbalanced, the tire was completely flat. Now, as you know, driving on a flat tire is super risky. It can cause serious damage not just to the tire itself, but also to the rim, shock absorbers, ball joints, control arms, and other suspension components. Thankfully, at the time, my car wasn't carrying any extra weight. It was just me, no passengers or luggage, which minimized the damage. So I changed the tire and continued driving with the spare tire. The next day, I started hearing a squeaking sound coming from the side of the car where the flat tire had been. And after inspecting the suspension and doing some research, I realized that driving on a flat tire must have caused damage to my suspension system. So I took the car to Vibro Dampers engineers in the Nairobi's Ngara Service Center. These guys specialize in suspension work and they are good at it. Remember, this is the place where I bought and installed my heavy-duty coil springs to lift my Toyota Sienna's ground clearance and prevent sagging whenever I carry heavy loads. When they assessed the damage, they found that only the shock absorber was affected. And thankfully, since the car wasn't carrying extra weight at the time, other suspension components were spared. Otherwise, the repair bill could have been much higher. The other good news is that the damage to the shock absorber wasn't so severe as to require a full replacement. They simply serviced it, charged me a fair price, and sent me on my way. The squeaking stopped, and now the shock absorber is working perfectly again. So, am I switching to high-profile tires? Absolutely yes. High-profile tires have a taller sidewall, which means that there is more rubber between the rim and the road. This extra cushion acts as a shock absorber, handling potholes and bumps far better than low-profile tires. When you hit a pothole at speed, the taller sidewall compresses, protecting the rim from making direct contact with the road. This significantly reduces the risk of damaging both the tire and the rim. On the other hand, low-profile tires have a shorter sidewall, offering almost no shock absorption. The impact forces the tire against the edge of the pothole, essentially pinching it between the rim and the road. This often leads to tears, blowouts, or bent ribs, all of which can be expensive to repair or replace. Let me be clear. High-profile tires aren't immune to pothole damage, but they handle them significantly better. They're designed for comfort and durability, making them ideal for Kenyan roads, especially if you frequently travel off-road or on rough roads like the Nairobi, Ongata-Rongai, Kiserian, Magadi, C58 route, which is the worst I've seen so far with potholes. So many potholes there. If I had been driving on high-profile tires when I hit that pothole, I'm confident I would have avoided the damage altogether. But it was a learning experience, so it's all good. Now let's talk about the damaged tire. While punctures on the top part of the tire can be repaired safely and without any risk, sidewall damage is an entirely different story. The sidewall is one of the weakest parts of the tire, and in my case, that's exactly where the tear occurred. Although I managed to get the tire repaired, the repaired area now bulges out slightly, as you can see. This compromises the structural integrity of the tire, making it unsafe for regular use. Although it's still holding air, I wouldn't trust it for my everyday driving, especially not at higher speeds or with extra weight in the car. For now, I've kept this repaired tire as my spare tire, and I'll only use it in emergency. And even then, I'll make sure the car isn't heavily loaded. For the long term though, I'm planning to replace all the 4 tires with brand new high-profile tires, which are far better suited to our Kenyan roads. If you're about to buy your first car, here are some tips to help you choose the right tires for your needs. If you intend to be driving in mostly urban areas or on well-maintained highways, low-profile tires are a good fit. They offer better handling, a sportier look, improved performance. They are perfect for smooth roads. However, if you occasionally drive on rural roads, unpaved surfaces, or roads with lots of potholes, high-profile tires are definitely the way to go. They provide superior shock absorption, and they protect your rims and suspension from unnecessary wear and tear. Choosing the right tires for your intended use upfront can save you money and headaches in the long run. After all, replacing tires and repairing suspension components frequently can get super expensive. So there you have it, guys, a practical example on why high-profile tires might be the smarter choice for our Kenyan roads. My experience was a wake-up call, and I hope it helps you to avoid the same pitfalls when buying or upgrading your car. And remember, guys, we're still offering the first-time car buyer's guide. You can find it in the video's description. So thank you guys for watching till the end, and if you found this advice helpful, give us a like and share the video with someone who needs to hear this. Subscribe for more practical tips tailored to our Kenyan driving experience. See you in the next one, guys.